video's going to record. Okay, let's do some news of the geek. Jim,
we're doing listener feedback.
Oh, whatever.
Listener feedback first. Well, first, before listener feedback, we're going to review our tiramisu Oreo cookies.
Ooh. I'm
You
intrigued.
can see it's a multicolor cream.
Ooh.
So it looks like it's probably coffee and regular cream.
Coffee and ladyfingers. Oh.
If you go to our YouTube channel, History of Bad Ideas, you can watch this. We're going to break it down to 2 episodes or 2 parts, so take a look. For those listening, if you want to see how attractive we are, all of us. Faces for
I'm
radio.
having just a regular double stuff Oreo, so nothing.
I'm
fancy
eating
over
pretzels.
Let's see.
Drinking.
The Oreo, the cookie is the same, but the creams are mixed. One of it's more of it is a coffee cream, and it's got that like mocha finish to it.
Okay.
So if you like tiramisu, you'll really like these cookies.
Do you like tiramisu?
I do.
Okay.
I don't like coffee, but like just the hint of flavor of coffee is okay. And yeah, probably in the top half of Oreos right there.
Okay.
Did you remember the lattes? Did you try those when we did those?
I was not there for the lattes.
Okay. I was just wondering, coffee-wise, what one you liked better.
Okay. Jim, what do you got?
We got our listener feedback. I'm not sure who it's brought to us by because Blake didn't tell me.
COVID protesters. We're angry, but we're still wearing masks.
I saw somebody who had a sign that was protesting having to wear a mask.
And he was wearing a mask?
No.
Oh.
Look,
Like,
guys,
well, you don't have to. That's just optional, man.
the president says that they're all very nice people.
Mm-hmm.
So
those are the only nice people he's ever met. Then,
Yeah.
right. I mean, who are we to judge?
Oh, we are. We have a
Fucking idiots.
podcast.
We're Americans, so that's all we do is judge other people.
Hey, you have your right to protest if you want. No problem there. But I think you should...
down the hall!
My only thought is, if you protest and you're that close, you're not 6 feet apart, and you get the COVID, when you go to the hospital because you're protesting all these, doctors and nurses because it's a conspiracy, please go to you should be automatically back of the line. Above
They should make you sign a waiver if you're going to protest, saying that if you get sick, you're not going to go to the hospital.
There you go. I'm fine with that.
Okay. Here's everybody's talking about they want their freedom and everything, and people willing to die from it. And I haven't heard any of these protesters say this. We do come from the country that teaches all their kids that the country is based on give me liberty or give me death. And these people are quite taking it literally. So,
that's true. I want to be free to move about the country.
My question is if this is an invisible enemy that we're fighting, why are they carrying guns? Are they just going to start shooting at the air?
Yeah, I didn't understand that one either.
Hey, look, it's over there. No, wait, it's over here.
The more bullets you can fire at once, the better chance you have of hitting COVID.
I've seen Osmosis Jones with Bill Murray. They need guns when they go into a person's body. When they shrink down and go after this virus, they need the guns to shoot.
That's point.
Why.
Fantastic Voyage, I think, needed it too.
Inner Space. I
don't think he had guns. I thought he had electrical shocking things.
Eels. He had eels.
Eels.
What about the Corps? Did they have guns in the Corps?
Okay, let's go to listener feedback.
Lava.
Okay, we got starting from Doug.
Oh no, that's the wrong guy. Number 1 fan. My bad.
Eight
Give
hands.
yourself a nickname.
7.
Dad.
Dad. Good call.
Can we have a breath of silence for Daniel Goldman? He was the voice of Brainy Smurf from the Smurfs and was the medical student in the opening scene of Young Frankenstein.
We
I think
can do
can.
that. Breath of silence. Speaking of more cartoons and that, the new Scooby-Doo movie that they're making is now going, instead of being released in June in theaters, it's going straight to on demand in May. They're not even doing theatrical release anymore.
Does Matthew Lillard going to be playing Shaggy?
No.
Is it a live action or a cartoon?
See, a cartoon. It's a cartoon.
No. Okay.
So.
Okay.
What
Next,
else
we
we
have
got?
from Happily Ever After. What is the best movie with the worst title?
X versus
Frankenhooker?
Sever. Oh.
Oh, wait, no. Frankenhooker's the other way around. It's the best title of the worst movie.
Want a date?
I looked up a bunch of these online, and all like the worst titles. I'm like, these are also shitty movies.
Yeah. Oh, God. Yeah, I probably should have read the outline ahead of time so I could think of this.
X versus Sever.
No, it said good movie.
Oh, sorry. My bad.
And that comes later on when we talk about best chase movies.
Yes.
I'm eating here, Jim. You almost killed me.
Side note: the Dit Man has a top 5 for us next week. Besides Morgan Freeman, who would you have narrate your life? You got top 5 people that you would pick to narrate your life.
God, I feel sorry for anybody who wants to narrate my life.
It doesn't matter. You got to pick 5. Just pick your enemies, Jeff.
Now, are you going to do all of the impressions of the people narrating our lives, Jason?
I do declare I will. I do declare. I'm going
So
to
Hunter McAllister will be number 1.
You better get started doing your Christopher Walken impersonation.
Don't understand. That's Kirk.
Better tighten up that Stallone accent.
I made a
We're just warning you right now.
Okay.
Adrian.
If you want Jason to do a Stallone impersonation, ask him to do Jason Statham. Apparently, that's how that works.
I'll punch a shark. Jason Statham. I think that was a good one.
Bad. It's so bad.
Time out. Let me get it right. Hold on. Let me get it right. I'll punch a shark. I'm Jason Statham. I'm out. Put my hands up. I'm good.
Okay, does anybody
Thanks,
have
Created a
does anybody
monster.
have any movies with good movies with bad titles? Like, Dude, Where's My Car?
Oh.
That was on the
Freddy Got Fingered.
The porn or the theatrical release? Which one?
The Tom Green smash hit.
He might have been in both.
Okay, we got some. The Constant Gardener. That was a good movie.
I saw like the Quantum of Solace. I'm like, I didn't hate the movie. I didn't hate the title of it.
No, I actually liked the title.
Yeah.
Goodwill Hunting. I didn't think that was bad. That's on the. This is Screen Rants.
Yeah,
That's not a great title, to be honest, but
Inglorious Bastards.
that was a great title.
Book. The Jungle Book.
Reservoir Dogs on the list.
Yeah, Pursuit of Happiness.
I didn't see the movie, so I can't judge Pursuit of Happiness.
Reservoir Dogs, Quantum Solace, The Empire Strikes Back. What?
No, honestly,
Yeah.
that is kind of not a good title.
Let's see. Cinderella Man. And Blue is the Warmest Color. Blue is the
I haven't
warmest color.
seen it, but that's not a title that gets you to want to see it.
It's about lesbians. It makes me
Oh,
want to see.
great movie then.
I don't care what it's called. There's nudity in it. We're fine. Anyway.
Okay, we'll
What
move
else
on.
we got, Jim?
Oh wait, I know any movie that starts out with Tyler Perry's.
Oh.
Or any good one that start out with Tyler Perry's.
So none of them?
Diary of a Mad Black Woman.
Gone Girl. Oh no, it wasn't Tyler Perry's Gone Girl.
He was just
Gone Girl's not a good name of a movie either. So
Cross.
Gone Girl.
Gone Girl. I don't like the title.
Did you see the movie, Jeff?
The book.
No, I didn't. I don't care if that's what the book is named. It's still not a good title.
Cinderella Man.
Yeah.
I mean, they renamed the body Stand By Me, and I thought that was an improvement when they made the title-wise when they made the movie.
Over the body? Yeah, I can see that. What do you got next, Jim?
We got from Nick Albright. Jeffer Stark. I miss the MCU movies. Hashtag penis. I think Nick's losing it.
I think he is.
Somebody out there check on Nick, please.
Not really a question, so I'll respond. Yeah, I miss them too, but there are like 22 of them available streaming at places, so you can still watch the old ones.
23 if you count Daredevil.
I don't count Daredevil. And Black Widow will be coming out hopefully when this crisis is over.
Mm-hmm.
So we got that to look forward to. That is ready to go. So
that's cute that you said the crisis is over. When the crisis is over.
When? It will be over at some point.
We may not be alive, but it will be over at some point.
It will be over at some point.
It's true. It's true.
I mean, I trust our scientific minds that at some point down the line, they'll at least find some working vaccination.
No, they have plenty of vaccinations. It's all going through testing still, and it's going to. The problem with the testing it needs for this country, it's up to 9 months. Is like the earliest you ever see anything, and that's when they push it through.
The problem is they need to adjust rules for extenuating circumstances. So, I think they should be able to say this stuff isn't tested, but if you want to take your chances, you can be guinea pigs. But the
problem is you're doing that. Insurance companies will go ballistic because if something happens down the line and you took this unapproved drug, they're not going to cover it.
The UK and Australia started
why our
human
medical
testing today.
system sucks balls.
Yeah.
Hey, down the hall, people, down the hall. Oh, sorry. Drive through the Bob Studios. Get in the Bob Studios door. Get past Doctor Number One. Go down the hall. Past the Culture Babble podcast. Past Stumpy and
past Stumpy.
And then
it is
Soapbox. Oh yeah, get on Soapbox. Thanks, Nick, for bringing up. Thanks, Nick, for bringing up political things.
Hashtag penis.
I've got another hashtag that goes along with that one.
Mm-hmm.
It's hashtag Boo the Commish.
Yeah. Yeah.
So Bud
Light Seltzer.
Yeah, well, it was from the main Bud Light account, but that's what they changed their handle to. So every year for the NFL draft, Roger Goodell gets booed before he makes any kind of an announcement. Since it's a virtual draft this year, Bud Light is asking fans to
virtually boo.
To take a video of themselves booing the commissioner and post it on Twitter with the hashtag Boo the Commish, and they'll splice it together and run it before the draft. So I'll be filming mine tomorrow.
I thought you would have had 4 or 5 already done there, Brian.
Yeah. I've been really busy.
That's going to be longer than any Peter Jackson film ever. That's a lot of booing. That is a whole lot of booing.
Yep.
Well, they'll probably just splice it all together at once, Jason.
No, I'd rather have it individually. 87.
I'm going to boo Gary Bettman and Rob Manfred, too.
Oh, Gary Bettman.
Just boo them all because they all suck.
For just with the booing Manfred, he wants to change the rules and he's going to get his wish. The
Yeah.
minor leagues are going to agree to cut down to 120 teams, so we're going to lose 42 minor league teams.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was going to be more than that, honestly. So.
And with what we have right now, the talk of play, how they have it broken up, they're going to have to change divisions. So you have to change leagues and divisions. So pretty much the DH will be in effect all year this year, and I doubt
they'll go back. He'll force it through.
Yep.
The divisions will go back because they're only doing 2 divisions this year in theory.
Yeah.
I thought there were more than they're doing more than 2.
Yeah.
They're doing 2 leagues. They're talking about doing an Arizona league and a Florida league.
And then
divisions within the leagues.
Yeah, the divisions will be based upon where your spring training locations are at.
So to cut down on travel.
In breaking news, the Chicago White Sox are doing spring training in Nova Scotia, so they win their division, and so they get us right to the playoffs.
Actually, the Chicago White Sox, who made big moves in the offseason, would be in the proposed division with the Anaheim Angels, the LA Dodgers, the Cleveland Indians, and the Cincinnati Reds.
Yeah, so we're going to...
Four teams made big moves in the off seasons, and then
they're all going
to be in the same division now. like the Reds looked like they were the favorite for the NL Central. Now they are in the middle of the pack, probably for that proposed division.
Hey Brian, do you think in the Florida Grapefruit League, do you think they'll be playing on the beaches? Do you think they'll be able to? Is that allowed?
Well, the beaches are open.
That's what I mean.
In Jacksonville, they'll probably start up first.
Mm-hmm.
Since that's the beach where they don't seem to give a shit about anybody first.
Well, funny thing about that is the video they used for the Jacksonville beach was seen on a different talking about a California beach, and they used the same video.
Yeah. Well, a lot of it is the news video.
I hate news stations.
Are you saying the media will manipulate their images to tell whatever story they want to tell?
Hey, look, Randall Holt's on. Let's see what Randall's got down the hall, people.
Yeah.
Well, I don't have any footage of any people anywhere, but if you're on a beach, fuck you. How about that?
I can agree with that. What if you're in a Tampa park that's closed?
Tom Brady, yes, he got kicked out of a Tampa Bay park.
Tom Brady got kicked out of a Tampa park.
He was just
ticketed.
He was just waiting for Gronkowski to show up so he could beat him and become the new 24/7 champ in WWE.
Yeah, what the hell? Gronkowski
gets 24/7 champ.
Yeah,
and he's a Tampa. And he's a Buccaneer.
Yep, he got traded to the Bucs today.
He came out of retirement to get traded to Tampa Bay.
And then he's going to retire again, or is
he's playing?
He's going to play with Brady.
1 year, $9 million contract. That's what he has left on his deal when he retired.
Yep.
So what is WWE going to do? Just push the contract back, you think? So he comes back?
I can't wait till somebody tackles him and pins him and takes the belt.
I have a feeling he will not have the belt by the time the season starts. That would be hilarious if it happened on the football field.
Who does Tampa play week 1?
Hopefully they do it like they do it in like a ladders match or something where he can like break his leg or like get another concussion.
They're going to wait a minute. They're going to do a ladder match during the football game? That I would pay to see.
No, during one of the pay-per-views coming up that he'll have to lose the belt at before he starts football.
No, Brian, I want a ladder match during the football game. That's what I want.
They're only doing that on the beach in Jacksonville.
Sorry. In other news, WWE signed Colin Kaepernick to a wrestling contract today.
No, they didn't.
No, they didn't.
From Randall Holt, I was disappointed by the lack of conversation last week about Iron Maiden releasing their debut album 40 years ago last Tuesday. Please discuss and make up for this travesty. Jeff, what was the name of the album?
Iron Maiden.
Okay.
It was self-titled.
Self-titled?
Self-titled, including the hit song Iron Maiden.
Ooh, okay. Well,
But,
congratulations, Iron Maiden. 40 years.
The problem is that makes me feel old, so I don't like to discuss that. And it was their original singer before Bruce Dickinson joined the band. And now they have some good songs, but I think they vastly improved when Bruce joined.
39 years ago, last Tuesday, Iron Maiden, the cover band, came out for them. So that's the big thing.
Really? A band one album in got a cover band already?
Yep. Iron Maiden got it.
Did Arn Anderson start it?
Yeah.
It was the original singer of Iron Maiden.
Tully Blanchard. And Ole Anderson. Oh.
Okay, then we have from the Besotted Geek. What is the best streaming service right now? Do you see it changing a year from now?
I can't accurately judge because I've never used Disney Plus, but I'm still going Netflix.
I currently use streaming services of Netflix, Amazon Prime, Hulu, Disney Plus. Are there any others?
There are
HBO.
others.
HBO Max comes out May 27th.
Well, HBO right now is tied in with Amazon.
Yeah, I'll put it this way. Maybe Amazon, because Amazon ties in a bunch of other things. Because you can get CBS streaming or HBO streaming. You can get a bunch of different other streaming services through Amazon.
I don't know if it's, I mean, I guess it is streaming, but YouTube TV is basically a cable company. But you know what? They do a really good job of streaming other stuff in, because you can look for, say you want a Seinfeld episode, it will go through the TBS app, but you don't have to download the TBS app. It will go through the YouTube TV app. So that's really nice. You just pick the recording. So like even movies, like my kids watch a lot of cartoon movies, obviously animated films. So my one son loves the Minions, and I can put in there, and it's not on Netflix or it's not on Amazon or any of them, but YouTube TV has it through their TNT app or TBS app. And you can just watch it on YouTube TV. So I think YouTube TV does a really nice job in that aspect. But pure streaming like a Netflix and that, I think in a year from now, Disney Plus is going to be the tops, but they just don't have enough original programming in terms of the Marvel and Star Wars and that yet.
I can probably agree to that. That in a year from now, it probably will be Disney Plus, but
yeah,
Amazon's still really strong. I think the way that you can get all the movies with them too.
Yeah,
you can
that is
buy release movies. You can buy those and put them on your account, which you really can't do on Netflix and Disney Plus or anything like that right now.
Hulu or any of that.
Yeah, it bothers me to pay for movies when I'm already paying for a service, though. So that's not a feature I will ever use.
I think of all of them, and again, I'm in a different time because I have kids and you guys don't, but I feel like Netflix is actually the weakest, the one we use least in this house.
Everybody caught up and kind of passed Netflix. They were like the first ones out of the gate and made it really popular. But then you see shows jumping from them. I
still think Netflix is the best original programming, though.
Oh,
that's why I think Disney might catch up to it. But
yeah,
when you spend $600 billion.
Oh yeah, I mean the joke was everybody got a Netflix deal.
I was thinking because when HBO Max comes out May 27th, I was actually thinking about using them instead of dropping Netflix just for a little bit and getting HBO Max.
So Jason's YouTube TV is actually going to be adding HBO to their service that you can subscribe to it, and you have to pay more for it.
Sure,
but it's tied in through your YouTube TV, so that your HBO will be tied in through YouTube. So I haven't really seen any of the pricing or details of it yet, but I did see that got announced that they were partnering with YouTube to do that.
That's interesting.
So that could be.
Oh, man, think of this. They have services that you bring all these stations in together, and you can pay a little bit extra. Wait, that's cable.
Exactly. It is.
The problem with cable is you really couldn't choose what you wanted. They gave you a whole bunch of stuff that you might not want.
Cable, all these services are exactly what I wanted cable to be.
Yeah.
Like I wanted to be able to say like I want this, this, and this, but I don't need the baking channel or the motorcycle maniac channel, like stuff that I don't watch.
Yeah, it's like okay, I want to get, say Fox Sports because they have Cincinnati Reds games, but then you have to get a whole bunch of other sports channels for more money than I think it's worth. So instead of paying $4 a month to get Fox Sports and get whatnot, I have to pay $15 a month and get 12 channels.
13 different Fox channels that you're never gonna watch.
Yeah.
I will say YouTube.
You love your Tom Brenneman, Jeff.
I will say YouTube TV does have a really good selection of sports channels.
They do.
I was pleasantly surprised.
One thing too that I've found is really awesome with them is that you can go into your settings and you can if there's channels that you don't watch, you can just take them off. Like
really?
You can take them off the guide. So you don't even have to scroll past them if you're looking for something. And so you
CMT, you're gone.
You can customize your guide, and you can, like, if you want, like, say, like, you wanted, I don't know, AMC, you can move that to the very top, and that's the first channel that comes on.
Really? I didn't know that.
I don't know what you two are laughing about in the corner, but...
Time out, Jeff. CET has Action Auction, so fuck you. I'm keeping that. I'm keeping
CMT. Country Music Television.
Oh,
we're laughing because when we had cable at home, I came back from college and I parental locked CMT, the National Network, and all the country stations, so you couldn't watch them. And my mom got furious.
She didn't watch them. She didn't care about them, but when she flipped past them, it said it was locked, and it pissed her off.
And she didn't know how to take it off.
That's good.
Well done, Jim. Well done. What else you got?
It was pretty much like, oh, Mom, how do you what's the password? You don't know a 4-digit password that I would use? It's 9822, Mom. Next we have, well, actually, I have to say, from the Besotted Geek, that was probably the longest we actually spent answering a question. So good question.
It didn't get many tangents at all.
Okay, so we have from Professor Number 1 at Doctor Number 1. What was better, the AAF or the XFL?
XFL.
I'll say the XFL.
They both had positive.
Yeah, but the AFF died on its own. The XFL needed the coronavirus to kill it.
It still died.
It died, but it died from corona, not boredom.
Do you think XFL would have survived if they all had guns out there shooting the virus? Do you think that would have helped?
The last.
They'd have to have. No, they would need to have like high round clips, because you gotta that COVID is sneaky, so you gotta be able to spray those bullets everywhere.
Well, it's invisible. Let's just, what do you do?
What about if Bane came out and did what he did in Dark Knight? Would that kill the coronavirus on the field?
Unfortunately, no, because Hines Ward still would have been alive. Do you kill COVID and keep Hines Ward alive or not? I mean, it's a tough call.
That is a tough call. Do you keep COVID or Hines Ward? Wow.
Sorry, Hines Ward.
Yeah, COVID.
You know what?
Ooh.
I think every week we're going to have to do this as a new segment. COVID or...
That's it. So listeners, go ahead and tell us, who do you think we should keep over COVID? Or
who should COVID keep over?
I still remember watching that movie in the theater when that happened. that scene in the movie happens, and they pan to Hines Ward, and everybody in the theater starts booing. It was awesome.
Because they were cheering when everyone was all getting wiped out.
Yeah, exactly.
And then Hines Ward is left standing. It's like, really? He survived that? Oh.
Only in Cincinnati.
That's right.
You know,
No, I
Pittsburgh
think Cleveland and
Steelers.
Baltimore did too.
You know, Pittsburgh Steelers are the cleanest team out there. They never cheat. Never cheat. Just
Never.
ask them.
Never.
Just
Yeah,
ask me.
I'm about to say cleanest by cheating or cleanest by showering, and I think they're not high on either list.
They use Tide Pods. Jeff, give me an intro for news of the game.
Oh, hey, real quick before
yeah.
we get into anything else, you said
Mhm.
Tide Pods, and that brings me to a note that I made for this week. I read an article that said poisonings from household cleaners have seen a sharp incline since the quarantine began.
Really?
Yes. So more people are ingesting their household cleaners now than they were before. Pre-COVID, it was just Tide Pods, but now it's Lysol, bleach, any of that kind of stuff, which I thought was not really strange. Because
We might have a lot of ties for the worst legal winner.
Yeah.
Oh no, we're getting up there.
Yeah, that headline just caught my attention. It just said poisonings have a sharp incline since quarantine went into effect. So don't drink your Lysol. Just drink a beer, drink some bourbon.
Maybe it's people poisoning those who are getting on their nerves.
Ooh, that's a good point. Well, don't poison your mom.
It's like
Jason, you're gonna have somebody taste all your food.
yeah. Tell your wife you won't eat anything until she eats a bite of it first.
While you're going,
I miss you. Even my oldest son has said that he misses you guys for game night. That we need to. He's like, when can we do game night again? I was like, I know, we're getting there. It's slowly but surely.
Hopefully May.
Maybe.
May 1st.
May 1st.
No.
The governor's opening up Ohio to game night on May 1st.
May 1st game night. May 14th, maybe something else. But game nights can go on.
It's
May
going to
14th?
be hospitals, like for more elective procedures and stuff like that, and game night on May 1st.
When are they opening up the orgies? When will that be okay again?
You're good to go on those as long as there's less than 10 people.
Did they stop orgies? I missed that part. I thought.
Wait a minute. Time out. A lot of my orgies are with senior citizens, so that's probably not safe for them.
Yeah, they're the most
Well,
susceptible.
your orgies might be affected then. Okay.
So
Yeah.
I saw a friend of mine tweeted out about Dr. Fauci said, like, handshakes are a thing of the past. Even when this is over, people shouldn't shake hands. And her comment was, yeah, but it's okay to find somebody random on some dating website and fuck them that night.
Perfectly fine.
But don't shake their hand.
I'll be honest. Handshaking could have been gone away 40 years ago. I fucking
I'll
hate
put it this
handshaking.
way, though. Fucking them leads to orgasm. Handshaking leads to awkwardly touching someone. I mean, there's a different outcome from those two.
I don't know. There's some sex that is awkward.
There is.
Well, either way, if they're a stranger,
I'm not touching them.
Regardless, I don't care.
What's that, Brian?
I said if you're a stranger, I'm just not touching you.
I think that's a perfect rule. I have no issue with that at all.
So when it's over, no shaking, everybody just give him a hug.
Who, me?
No, Jason.
Yeah,
People he
Jason,
knows
sure, absolutely.
can.
Nobody fucking hug me.
Like
I'll
I'm
hug you, Brian.
like I'm leaving.
I'm not sure
the
if that's
house
a threat or a promise, but I'll hug you.
Well, I'll let you hug me, Jeff.
Like I'm leaving the house in 2020.
Since your brother has already thrown up on me, me and my wife, I'll let you hug me.
Separate occasions, mind you.
Yes.
Wow. Way to go, Jim.
I'm proud of that one.
We're classing it up on Hobie.
Yeah.
Our interns are treated so crappily that we puke on them.
Dr. Dana, did you just
Not
throw
just
up on me?
not just the intern, but his wife as well.
And
Jeff,
I was the one who got the nickname Puke in college, and I never puked on Brian.
Well,
you puked on our last 7 interns, though, Jeff.
They asked for it.
They did. They actually came in with written notes saying, "Please puke on me."
no means no, Jeff.
Jeff, can you?
Blake's not joining us.
Bastard.
He just got off of his super secret Navy
COVID. Yeah.
COVID crew. Yeah. They're figuring out the weapons to blow up COVID.
Or Heinz Ward. It's
whichever one. They'll test it on Heinz Ward to see if maybe they can go after COVID next.
We'll have to get actually Blake's opinion on this because he's not a Bengals fan. So would he like to kill Heinz Ward or kill?
I'll ask him real quick.
Please do. Jeff, give me an intro to the News of the Geek.
It's time for another installment of the News of the Geek.
Jeff, I'm taking your box office thing here. So let me explain.
That's fine. I understand why.
If you're missing the box office news, you should be excited to know that the new numbers came out this week. Resistance, this past weekend made $2,150 in one theater. The theater average is $2,150, and the total is $2,150.
Thank you, drive-in movie.
Hold on. In second place, tied for first, is Swallow. It's not a porn. Weekend gross $2,150.
It was a double feature, and they split the money
in one theater, and a per average theater of $2,150. It's made a total of $31,306. So this is one theater in Ocala, Florida. Ocala, Florida. Drive-in tickets were $6. The good news is drive-ins are making a comeback. Bad news is this is the only drive-in that's reporting the box office numbers. So from here on out, we are doing this. Ocala, step it up. We got your drive-in numbers.
They don't need to step it up. They're the one doing it right. The other drive-ins need to start reporting.
You need to have more shows, like middle of the afternoon shows.
I want my matinee drive-in, damn it.
Can you turn the brightness up?
Can you pull the shade down?
There's two drive-in theaters.
Blake said he would rather keep COVID-19 than Heinz Ward.
Well, that's 4 people.
Okay, Jason, send out the poll.
No.
COVID-19 or Heinz Ward, which would you rather keep? Send it out on Twitter. Do it.
Put Johnny Manziel on there, too.
And Michael Vick.
Taking the high road.
Really?
Can you do polls on Facebook?
You know why I'm taking the high road? Hey, look, we're sponsored by the Cincinnati Comic Expo, September 11th through 13th. Tickets are still available. CincinnatiComicExpo.com. Go get your tickets. Lots of great artists and writers are there. They're announcing more every day or every week. You can find them at Cincinnati Comic Expo on Facebook or follow the History of Your Bad Ideas on Facebook, and we'll get you updates. Hobie will be there playing trivia. And at this point, we might be the only booth, but fuck yeah, we're going to be there. Fuck yeah.
And
From what I hear, since the San Diego Comic-Con canceled this year,
Yes.
that the Cincinnati Comic Expo is going to be the best one in the country. Everyone's coming to this now instead.
Cincinnati Comic Expo had a new slogan come out this week: the Highlander of Comic Expos. So there you go.
There can be only one.
San Diego Comic Con, we're thinking about it. No, you do not. Boom. Heads off. It's over. Done. So yeah, get your tickets September 11th through 13th. Let's see here. I don't know. Rosario Dawson may or may not have other shows that she stars in for Disney Plus, playing Ashoka from The Mandalorian Season 2. The rumor is that she's signing on for spin-offs of it. We will see if that happens. At this point, go ahead. I'm fine with that. Put Rosario Dawson on everything.
The only thing I see Ashoka Tano, I guess she'd have to be a little bit older than she has been in other things because she's normally portrayed as pretty young. But I can see her doing it.
I think she's a good choice. I really do. Fans were... What's that?
Has anybody watched her show on USA right now, Briar Patch?
I've seen the first 2 episodes, and we decided we're going to wait till they're all out and then binge it.
Yeah, I just happened to see a commercial for it the other day, and I had never heard of it. So,
Jeff, from the 2 episodes you saw, is it worth watching?
I think so. It's just one that, like, week to week, you might forget what happened. So I think we're going to pretty much binge it.
Let's see. This is an exciting one. This was Blake. He was quite excited about this. The Pirates of the Caribbean franchise has been up in the air for a while. Oh, goody. The most recent installment, Pirates of the Caribbean: Dead Men Tell No Tales, managed to gross nearly $800 million back in 2017, but it was also the weakest chapter of the series. As far as domestic box office, as it made $2,150 for its full run. At this stage...
Hey, wait, what?
Oh, I'm sorry, $172 million. It was more than a drive-in. My bad, sorry. Let's see. Actor Lee Arenberg, who is one of the bit actors, he was in the minor character. He was one of the sailors on the ships and that. He played the goofy pirate Pintel in the original Pirates of the Caribbean trilogy. I think you would know him if you saw the picture of him.
Yeah, you probably. But you just, I was like, they named those guys.
It was the Laurel and Hardy type pirate.
Yeah, was he the one who lost the eye?
What's that?
Who lost the eye?
Yes.
The thin one. He was on The Office, wasn't he? The British version of The Office.
Oh, did he play the Dwight role?
Yeah.
Where the Office was? Okay.
Let's see. He was on Kendall Talks TV on YouTube. Still not as good as History of Bad Ideas on YouTube. And they were talking about. They were talking. Oh my God.
Chug.
Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to turn the video back on.
Intern Hackney just had a whole vod of what was that? Bourbon? Yep. Oh yeah, 4 Roses bourbon. But anyway,
if anybody out there wants to sponsor me, there you go.
4 Roses.
Yep.
Let's see. They were talking about the potential for Pirates of the Caribbean 6 when he noted that there's been some buzz. Quote, they're definitely talking about it as far as I know. Let's see here. They said Disney may go the route of rebooting the franchise instead of producing another sequel. Ugh. Let's see. In 2018, it was revealed Deadpool writers Rhett Reese and Paul Wernick were having discussions about taking on a revamped take, but then they stepped away from that in 2019.
Quick question.
Yeah.
Does it have to be rebooted? Can't you just do a movie that's in the universe that just isn't about Jack Sparrow?
That was my thought.
It doesn't have to be considered restarted. It's just, hey, Jack Sparrow exists, but there are other pirates in this Caribbean. Let's follow them for a couple of movies.
Just make it an offshoot of that, or just introduce a new character. You don't have to reboot the whole thing.
As long as you don't have the fucking, I don't know, Orlando Bloom's dad in it. Buckshot Jones or whatever his name was. Fuck that guy.
Bill.
Yeah, fuck him. God, he was a horrible character.
Wow.
He was. They were talking to Ted Elliott and Craig Mazin. Mazin is best known for writing the HBO limited series Chernobyl, which I really wanted to see.
Craig Mays, I follow him on Twitter. He was the college roommate of Ted Cruz, and he despises Ted Cruz.
Yeah, me too. So, we got something in common.
Yeah. Craig Mason just got a follow from Brian.
Let's see here. At this stage, they did say that, like Jeff said, it may not be a reboot as more of a spin-off with a new protagonist in that role. Does anyone care, or do you think this franchise is dead?
Well, if they do a good movie, it could, make some money, but no one's like clamoring for more. But if they do it right, and that's the biggest
see the last one, so
no, I never saw Dead Man Tell No Tales either.
Yeah, you can do a good movie. Just if you make it a good movie, people will watch it.
I mean, unfortunately, like nowadays, the whole thing is you have to have an in already. So they can make a good movie, and if they say, all right, this movie is a Pirates movie, it already has at least a draw.
Yeah.
I don't think I've seen anything since the original trilogy of Pirates. And that was actually one of the films we're going to let my oldest son watch, because we've been going through them, my wife and I, picking movies for him to watch. And Pirates of the Caribbean, the first one, I liked the first one.
Yeah, the first one's good.
I enjoyed the trilogy. I mean,
yeah.
But I'm not,
I think the biggest issue is that it can't cost $400 million again, like the last couple.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
That's the thing. If you can make it for $100 million, keep it small.
I love how $100 million is small these days.
For Disney, it is. I mean, if you do that, I think you're okay. You can make a decent money at it. But the problem is, if you start bringing in $200, $300, $400 million, you're never going to make that money back now, especially on Pirates of the Caribbean, which is getting pretty long in the tooth there. I mean, if they're doing a 6-1, I don't think you're going to make anything on it. I think you're setting up for failure at that point.
Honestly, I would actually enjoy a offshoot of it, because honestly, I thought Jack Sparrow was kind of getting old.
Mm-hmm.
Like his story kind of worn out. So if you can do something a little bit different, a little original, something without him, I think that'd be fine.
Who did they bring in the fourth one? Is that Penelope Cruz? Was that her?
Yeah.
They brought her in, yeah.
Did she ever come back for anything else?
Did she do the fifth one? I don't know.
I don't think I've seen the fifth or the sixth one.
They haven't made the sixth one yet. That's what they're talking about now.
Yeah. Well, then I don't think I've seen.
I don't think I even seen. Yeah, I haven't even seen the fourth one, but I know Penelope Cruz came into it.
Yeah. I mean, you could do an offshoot with her. I don't care. I agree with you though, if Jim, that do something besides Jack Sparrow. So
really, the third one, they brought in all those other pirates. They all met together. You can do origin stories for somebody of one of those people or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Let's. Yeah. And I think that's it for the news of the geek. Besides, San Diego got canceled, Comic-Con, which is fine because Cincinnati Comic Expo is the Highlander of Comic Expos. So suck it. Jeff.
That's me.
Give me an intro for some top 5.
Top 5.
Okay. Intern, what would you like to do? Well, never mind. You are going. You're number 5. I think I've been drinking. What's your number 5 for top 5 chase films? Favorite chase films, and this can be foot race, spaceship, cars, anything that has a big chase scene in it, or the whole premise of the movie.
The premise of the movie is probably chasing.
So I didn't necessarily do the premise of the movie as a chase. I did chases within movies.
Okay.
Number 5 was the Going on a Diaper run from Raising Arizona.
Yeah.
That is a kind of a chase.
They're going after criminals the whole time, so I would even call the whole movie a chase. But yes, the diaper run is the best part.
Yeah, he stops the guy to get in his truck, and he opens the door, and the guy looks at him and says, "Son, you've got a panty on your head." where he's wearing the.
And give me some huggies.
Yep.
Jim, what's your number 5?
My number 5, I wanted to say The Chase because that movie was just epic.
Oh,
Epically
Charlie
bad.
Sheen.
Yes. Is that Christy Swanson in that?
Yes.
So you
I
picked
will
The
go
Getaway
with
Kim Basinger?
no. I will go with Smokey and the Bandit.
Oh, that was on my list. I'll make
Which
that
number,
my number
Jeff?
5. I'll make it number 5 now.
Yeah, it really. Ever since we aren't in person, I have a list on my phone of 5 films, but I never put them in order. So I'm with you, Jeff.
Or wait, maybe. No, I'll put Smokey and the Bandit as an honorable mention now. I got one to replace it.
Okay.
I'm going to stick
I try to take this as serious as possible. I still print out my outlines.
Hey, so do I.
Okay, I'm just saying.
I'm going to say instead of Smoking the Bandit, though, I will keep in the Burt Reynolds theme and go Cannonball Run.
I had that as an honorable mention. That's what I was deciding between.
Quick note, if a Hobie listener can tell me the exact minute when Brian started slurring his words, you can get a prize pack from Hobie. When the bourbon started taking over. I have an exact time on this, so let me know if you know. Sorry, Brian.
I don't think he is sorry.
Are you saying Brian's drunk?
I don't think he's drunk, but he's getting there.
He is a professional.
Absolutely.
Just like us. Jeff, what's your number 5?
I just said it was Cannonball Run.
Smokey.
Yeah, who's the drunk one, really?
If you can pick out when I got drunk. My number 5 is we're good with that one. Enemy of the State with Will Smith and Gene Hackman. It is not a good film, and a lot of them on my list are not great films, but I enjoyed them a lot. It was from late 90s when Big Brother is spying on you, which is the government, and they frame Will Smith, and he comes back and tries to take down John Voight. So I really enjoyed that film.
Probably most chase films aren't going to be great movies, but fun movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of fun movies, here you go, Jeff. Oh, no, wait, that's my number 3. My number 4 is a good film. Really enjoyed it. Run, Lola, Run. Really enjoyed that film. It's a German film. Basically, they're redoing the bank heist. Her boyfriend is robbing a bank, and every outcome is bad. So Lola, his girlfriend, through a time warp, basically, they're trying to show different versions of how it would work, to succeed. And obviously, the last time it succeeds,
I still have to see that. I know you've been talking about that movie for at least 15 years now, I still need to see it.
I think it's been about 5 years since I've seen it, and I liked it. I've seen it probably 5 times now, 5 or 6 times. I really enjoyed it, but I do have to go back and watch it. But the soundtrack is fun. The soundtrack is fun. It's a lot of that techno music, but in the movie, it works really well. So, Jeff, what's your number 4?
My number 4, I'll put Thelma and Louise. Thelma and Louise.
Ooh. Any reason?
It was a fun movie. No, I shouldn't say fun, but it was an intriguing movie, and I think they did the good job in that, and it was kind of the introduction to Brad Pitt to the world.
Okay. Jim, what's your number 4?
My number 4, it's kind of one of the first chase movies that I've actually seen, and I'll go with It's a Mad, 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 Mad World. Not a really good film, but it's fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Now, that's one that crossed my mind when I was thinking about it, but it unfortunately is very dated.
Yes, but
like a lot of the references.
Cannonball Run.
But it's dated to a time when I was alive. It's a mad, 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 mad world is older than we are. And I didn't even get all the references when I saw it, let alone 2 generations later won't get it. But yeah, you're right. Cannonball Run would be dated too.
Is Smokey and the Bandit?
Yeah, it's dated. The entire plot of the movie was they were smuggling cores across the Mississippi.
I mean, by the time
Fantastic. Brian, what's your number 4?
Number 4 is the rooftop chase scene in Fast 5. With
see, I like Fast 4 better. Fast 4. Ooh. Maybe Tokyo Drift. I don't know. That's a tough call.
there is
I
no such
see
thing
what
as
you did
Fast
there.
4.
Okay.
I never
which-
saw it, so I can't comment.
Brian's doing really good on quick top 5s here. What's your number 3? Nobody's seen the.
Number 3 is the Dark Knight, Joker, Batman, where they first kind of come into contact with each other in the movie when the Joker is chasing Harvey Dent.
And that's when they flip the truck, or
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
I had that as honorable mention with the first Batman, Batman Begins when he's on the rooftop and police are chasing him. I like that one too. So, Jim, what's your number 3?
My number 3, I will go with The Fugitive. Tommy Lee Jones and Harrison Ford.
That is my number 1. That is.
Yes. Take it off the board.
Put it on the board.
For whatever reason,
might
I never liked that movie.
That might be one of the most perfect movies. I think I listed that today on Twitter when we were trying to list 5 perfect movies in your opinion. That was one of my 5. I love that movie, and anytime it's on, I get Shawshanked into watching it. I can't stop. It's great.
Yeah.
Jeff, what's your number 3?
My number 3 might as well go with you were talking Run Lola Run. I'll go ahead and pick something the same actress did, and that's The Bourne Identity.
Good film. And then she was in the second one, dies within 2 minutes.
Well, she died real quickly in that one, which is why I picked the first one, because she was part of the reason the movie was really good.
My number 3 is Gone in 60 Seconds with Nicolas Cage. Not a good film, but it's very enjoyable.
It's actually a Nicolas Cage movie I can watch.
Delroy Lindo chews that scenery like no other in it. It is a fun Timothy Olyphant.
Elephant.
Elephant?
The best on video is watching Brian just shake his head every time I fuck up a name. He does a great job. Nicolas Cage is good enough. Giovanni Ribisi, Angelina Jolie. I mean, it is a star-studded.
Robert Duvall.
Oh yeah, Duvall's in it. It's a fun, enjoyable film. I really enjoy it. I watched that. It was on cable the other week, and I started watching. I was like, you know what? This is a good film. Fun, I should say.
I was doing a trivia thing, and the question came up about, what was the name of Nicolas Cage's character's, object of whatever that he won.
The name of the car.
Yeah, and the question came up, and I'm like, and I came up with the name. I'm like, Jason, are you thinking about it?
Go ahead, tell me. I'm
Eleanor.
That's it. Damn it.
And I'm like, it's Eleanor. And my sister looked at me and said, is that the name of Angelina Jolie's character? I said, no, that's the car. Angelina Jolie played Sway.
She was not good in it.
Yeah, her role was weak.
My number 2 is Leonardo DiCaprio, Tom Hanks, Catch Me If You Can. Really enjoyed that film.
Yep.
I did not.
That's an honorable mention now.
Yeah.
Cheater.
I would honorable mention it, but I don't have another one to throw up. So, Catch Me If You Can is my number 2 also.
Put on board. I was not really looking forward to that film, and once we watched it, it was really good. I really enjoyed that film, and I'll watch that again and again. It's very well done.
And I think it's good on multiple viewings too. You can watch it again.
Yeah, and then again. Yeah, I should have concurred.
Did you concur? So Jeff, that was your number 2.
That was my number 2. Jim?
Jim, what's your number 2?
My number 2 will be National Treasure.
The first one is not bad.
No, the first one was actually good. It kind of, while I was looking for like chase scene movies, and I'm just flipping through. I'm like, I'll watch National Treasure. That's kind of a chase.
Yeah.
So,
No, that's a good one. God, 2 Nicolas Cage movies that I don't hate.
Is it better than Nashville Treasure?
Yes, because
Nashville Treasure.
There's women.
Bunch of drunk girls running down Broadway in their high heels.
It stopped because it was filmed during the draft last year. And all the bars were closed to them.
Yeah, that was pathetic that people like bitch and complaining like you planned an event out of town and didn't check to see if something else was going on that could damper it. Yeah, that's shitty planning on your part.
That was
$1,000 a night hotel rooms don't scare people off on those things.
My pedal car's not coming. Where's my pedal car? I want my pedal car. Get it here. Hey, I'm getting married, bitches.
I'm going to tell you guys, if anybody plans an event and it's on one of those fucking pedal cars, I'm going to punch you in the face and just walk into a bar.
Oh, I kind of want to do the pedal cars so I can have everyone else pedal while I don't.
No.
I went to do that once, and I looked around, and there were 3 of the 8 people pedaling. I was so angry.
Did you just get off the car and walk away?
I started chugging beers.
Jim was so mad at the people on the pedal cart, he just started pedaling backwards. He wanted to see if that would work.
That hits the brakes because they got like kids' bike brakes.
No, it's a freewheel.
Oh.
But if you're going forward, they're all tied together. So if somebody's like pedaling harder, you can just pretend you're doing it. But these assholes weren't even pretending.
Fucking pedal cart. Jim, what was your number 2? What was it?
National
Treasure.
Oh yeah, Nashville Treasure. Brian, what's your number 2?
My number 2 is the explosive arrow scene in Rambo 2.
Okay.
Where the general is chasing him. They're chasing each other.
Do you mean Rambo First Blood Part 2?
Yes.
Because I don't know what Rambo 2 is. Okay.
Oh, God. Okay, asshole.
I just wanted... Rambo 2, which is technically Rambo 3.
Yes, Jeff. You are correct. The scene where the general and him are chasing each other through the woods. He's shooting at him. He misses. Rambo just lines him up with the explosive arrow and blows him up. It's the best.
I feel like that's probably the second best arrow shot. The first one is Robin Hood with Kevin Costner. Definitely much better.
Shut up.
You mean the shot that they made for just the publicity and the trailer, and they thought, that's kind of cool. We need to put it in the movie. And
fuck, who made it over?
Awkwardly put a scene around that shot. No, the best arrow shot was from Hot Shots, Part 2. Oh.
The best movie named after an arrow is Broken Arrow with Christian Slater. So
I think there are better movies named after arrows, like any other movie named after an arrow.
Or the TV show just named Arrow.
Arrow. Arrow.
Arrowed!
What's your number 1? What's your name? Brian. I was going to call you Blake.
Who's the drunk one now?
Where's my pedal car? Give me my pedal cart!
Well, the reason, Jason, what you don't realize is Brian is taking a drink for every time you mispronounce something. There's no reason he's this drunk.
Is that why he had the
chug? Yes.
I was wondering if anybody was going to pick up on that.
Is that why you keep shaking your head? So Every time I got something wrong or
This
mispronounced
is all I
it.
got left to get us through. So
We don't have much
We
time
couldn't,
left.
we couldn't tell you beforehand. Well, she wouldn't do the ba-dum, ba-dum, ba-dum. The
Yes,
Robin,
I would still try. What are we on? Whose turn is it?
Brian's on his number one.
What the fuck's your number one?
my number one is the Big Bear Chase from The Great Outdoors.
Oh. I thought you meant from Brother Bear. That was better.
But I meant the Revenant. Anything. Oh, Jim, what's your number one?
You got your fans in the great outdoors, Brian.
Fuck you too.
What's your number one?
My number
Jim?
one, the Blues Brothers.
Small has everything.
Yeah, that I would put that on my list, but I knew you were going to have that at number one, so I let you have it.
I almost didn't. I almost had my honorable mention because it's not so much a chase, it's about running, but I almost had to put Without Limits on there.
Oh yeah, Jim. Real question since you brought that up. Which was better, Without Limits or Prefontaine?
Without Limits is better than Pre.
Okay. I was in a thing where you try to pick the answer that you think the most people will pick, and they were kind of doing movies that were similar.
Yeah,
and
Billy was better than Jared Leto.
Okay. I'm like, I think Jim liked Without Limits better. That's the only thing I know about these movies. So yeah. when the results come out, I'll tell everybody if they went the other way that they were wrong because my brother said so.
Jeff, what's your number one?
My number one is Lord of the Rings.
It's not a chase, it's a walk.
Yeah, it's a slow chase, but it's still a chase. The Nazgul are after those hobbits the whole time.
It's only slightly faster than Exorcist ever.
Yeah, it's not the slowest chase ever.
The slowest chase ever would be the steamroller scene from Austin Powers.
No! Stop!
Just get out of the way! Just get out of the way!
Move! Anyway.
That scene made
my number one.
Jason, what's your number one? Oh, we just took it.
Anyway.
I didn't hear that. I forgot what your number one was.
The Fugitive.
Oh, okay.
We had some
The
listeners
Fugees?
respond.
What?
Yes, the Fugees. That's right. Des Hassing, our most educated listener. I don't know how Brigger is going to mess this one up, but I'm positive he will. His list will be probably 5 Herbie movies. Hey.
Yeah, then I responded and said, and he won't even have the good Herbie movie listed.
The Lindsay Lohan one?
No.
No,
They had to reduce her breasts in that one. Come on.
Yeah, later in life, just drugs did that. Allegedly. Nisi said there's way too many to choose from, but these are the first 5 that popped into my head. Guardians of the Galaxy. Six Underground. Michael Bay. Enough said. No Time to Die. From
It hasn't
James
even
Bond.
been released yet, has it?
6 Underground, yeah.
No Time to Die. Isn't that the new James Bond one?
No. I think that's Octopussy 2 is coming out as a new one.
I mean, I'm just wondering if Nisi got like a sneak peek of this James Bond movie because it was like the first. It was supposed to be out the week they closed all the theaters, and I didn't know if there was a way to see this movie yet.
I don't know.
It is No Time to Die is the new one.
Oh.
Yeah.
Maybe we're all chasing to see it since it hasn't been out and keeps getting pushed back. Maybe that's it.
Maybe Nisi saw it. That's what I was.
Got pushed to November.
Deadpool, great chase scenes in both 1 and 2. I hope be that. And number 1, Cannonball Run, Bert at his finest.
Yay!
Brian Auer.
I was going to say about Cannonball Run was the outtakes, legendary.
Brian Hour said 5, Raiders of the Lost Ark. That is a good one. Smokey and the Bandit, The Fugitive, Gotcha, and Empire Strikes Back.
Oh, gotcha. I forgot all about that.
Just
Game night would have been a good chase movie.
Yeah.
Justin Wood, a long time, Justin. Dirty Mary, Crazy Larry. It's 100% car chases. I've never seen that. Let's see.
Well, your job is to watch it this week, Jason.
I'll get on that. I'll get on it.
After he watches the
Westworld.
I was going to say Jessica Jones.
What's that?
Exactly.
Doug, #1 fan. Thank you for your service, Doug. Post office still going strong. 1 through 5. Every time, did you do a breath of silence for the post office?
No, he tipped his hat.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
He didn't put it over his heart. He docked it. Yeah, you got a drink on that one, Brian.
Brian has gone through a whole bottle. 1 through 5. Every time Shane Falco's chased that quarterback in the replacements. Well done. Red means stop. Kevin, what's that?
I was going to say, I think Brian may have earned a guest spot on Besotted Geek this week.
Oh, yeah. Tweet at him.
Kevin at Sense Explorer had Smokey and the Bandit, The Fugitive, The Terminator, Blues Brothers, and Catch Me If You Can. Honorable mention, Charlie Sheen's The Chase, and Enemy of the State. Oh my God, I think I had a lot of hits. What the hell's going on?
Yeah, you and Kevin like the same things.
That's okay. That's okay.
They share blood.
Anyways, let's see here. I think that's everything we have. Bad idea of the week. Let's. There you go. 113. Heinz Ward. Just Heinz Ward. Heinz Ward. Let's see here. That's about it. Oh, titles for the show. What do you guys got? Jeff, you got anything?
I've got Petting the Dog, Christy Ruth, The Feeling is Mutual, Senior Citizen Orgy.
Nope.
Please Puke on Me, The Highlander of Comic Expos.
I like that one.
Buckshot Jones, When the Bourbon Took Over, Nashville Treasure.
I have that too.
And Hobie Drinking Game.
I have High Five, Highlander of Comic Expos, More Than One Women. Let's see here. Country Channel Lockdown, and Nashville Treasure. That's all I had. I like the Nashville Treasure.
I had Nashville Treasure. I had There Can Be Only One, and I had Drive-In Matinee.
Drive-In Matinee. I like that.
Let's see. I had Don't Hug Me. Please Don't Poison Your Mom. Shoot the Invisible Enemy. The Government Hates Me. Hiss. And then the last one I wrote down was the one where the intern gets drunk.
The intern with a bunch of good ones.
Yeah. Oh.
We could probably shorten. I like the one because of the friends, but I think it's going to be way too long. We could do the intern gets drunk. We could just keep it that.
Yep. That'd be more. The Friends episode could be more like a Always Sunny episode.
The intern gets drunk.
Yeah.
Done. Change approved.
We have to give Brian intern work like Charlie work.
Hey, I did my Charlie work, guys. I did my homework. I checked in on Pastor Kenneth and OJ.
How's Copeland going?
Read about them.
So this week's video for Pastor Kenneth was only a short snippet, but it was when he went to college. he was overweight. So he didn't know anything about being about healthy eating or a diet. He didn't know what a diet was. But God told him to lose weight. And he said, you don't need to be on a diet. You need to be on a food plan. And then he ate 9 hard-boiled eggs. And that was the end of the 4.5-minute clip.
So he was overweight, ate 9 hard-boiled eggs, and changed his life.
He lost all the weight
The
instantly.
weight just fell off.
I think he was in the replacements.
I don't think he was a sumo wrestler, but
How's OJ doing this week?
so since his last video about Carol Baskin, OJ went a little silent, but he did check in this week. He was really perturbed by the alleged protesting in the state capitals. He didn't want to go so far as to say it was actually protesting. It was alleged.
Even though the people doing it will say it's protesting.
Right. But he knows what he's doing by dropping allegedly in there.
Oh,
he's not a dumb guy. He also does not know how to pronounce the current virus. He pronounces it as COVID-19.
Kofefe?
Instead of COVID. Yeah, he completely drops the D.
He thinks it's French.
Maybe he thinks it's like Kobe Bryant.
COVID-19.
Yeah. Also, he wanted everyone to not listen to politicians, but listen to science and God, because God has given every one of us a brain to defeat viruses.
He's kind of right.
He's not wrong.
I listen to God through what the scientists use their brains to do. But
probably should have stopped at listen to the scientists.
Yes, but
you know what? I feel like that's a good end point. I feel like Intern Hackney just did a More You Know with Jerry Springer. Final thoughts.
I will say, though, since he's right about don't listen to politicians, since Kellyanne Conway or whatever talked about how we've had 18 COVID viruses before this, we should know what we're doing by now.
Real quick, just shout out to anybody who has went through COVID 1 through 18 and made it all the way to level 19.
I think they're a bard.
I think they're going to turn into their final form soon.
Just if you've made it this far,
as he's drinking the last
COVID 1 to 18.
Roger says goodbye.
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 Bye.
Hold on. Let's see.
Still recording.